Thank you so much for joining me today on Glider Gaming Channel. We are loading into the Rustic Dreamland to see if we can watch these fellas play video games today. All we have to do is build a power transformer that can give enough power to play video games. Super simple, right? I hope so. In addition to building video games today, I remembered that we promoted someone to a mechatronics engineer, which is a strange little job, but is awesome because now I can build really awesome automation. This is an auto sweeper. The auto sweeper will pick up anything that you tell it to and load it up and transport it somewhere else. So we're going to start automating our coal so we don't have to have duplicants come in here and feed coal into our generators. We're also going to automate food delivery so that dupes don't have to come down here and pick up food to send to the ovens, the grills, or whatever they are. I didn't plan ahead well enough to just be able to do this, so we are going to have to build a little bit in here to get that to happen. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to have auto sweepers here pick it up. We're going to deliver it down here. And then another auto sweeper will take it out of where we send it and put it in to the machines. So the same thing's going to be true. We're going to need an auto sweeper up here, which we actually can't fit. So we're going to stop that painting. And we're going to put the auto sweeper right here. Yes, right here. And we'll just have to live without a painting there. It's pretty nice decor. I think they'll be okay. So, in order to actually do these things, we need receptacles where things are being delivered. And we need loaders where... I won't put one here yet because we need to break those walls and things. But we need loaders where things are going to be picked up. Just need to make sure... Yep, that loader's inside of that one. This one's inside of that one. So they'll all have a loader. And just like when we're doing any sort of combining of lines with gas or liquid. Oops, there's your derp for the morning. We're going to combine them into a bridge. You can run these through tiles, so that's cool. So now, all the coal that can be reached will be shipped straight down to the power area. And then once all this is built, I will explain to you how to set it up so it works properly. But this one here is probably going to go somewhere in this general area. So we'll pre-run that. You do need tons of metal because each one of these little tiles here takes... where does it say how much metal it takes? It takes 100 metal. So if you don't have a ton of metal, this is going to be a difficult proposition. And you also need refined metal to build the actual sweeper. So got that started. You can also do auto sweepers for your volcanoes. But hey, there we go. We open that up and now the gold is turning to solid. So I could auto sweep the gold. But being that this area over here is... near, like in the 200 to 300 Celsius, that just won't work. You get plus 50 overheat. Where's the standard overheat here? So 125 is all this can handle. I would have to make actual refined steel in order to really be able to handle the temperatures of a gold volcano. We're doing pretty good, it looks like. Oh, nope, not so much. I was thinking about that farm we started last time. We need some more construction to happen for infrastructure before that farm is up and running. But also, you know, they have to build the farm before the farm is up and running. Once again, don't forget, default on hydroponic farm is standard up. When you're building them to grow your pinch of peppers, they do have to be upside down, or they will not let you plant a pinch of pepper. Suppose we'll just build this ladder up a bit higher and over, and we'll just auto harvest these. There's no reason, like when they're growing happily, there's no reason to really get rid of them. Like some of these other ones, I might go in and dig them out because I can't access them easily, so we could plant those. But we have a lot of pinch of pepper nuts, so I'm not terribly worried about finding more of them. So the big thing with pinch of pepper nuts is they have to be at least 35 degrees Celsius. And that's not always guaranteed in these biomes. Like this area, it sure is, but I don't know. It seems that whenever I grow them, sometimes I have issues keeping that heat. So I wanted to put it pretty close to these other heat sources so that I could utilize those if I need to. And because hydrogen is a better conductor than chlorine, I also want to make sure that I kept this hydrogen where it is. New printable. Ah, wart seed for sure. So unlike every other plant, since you don't harvest warts, you don't have an endless supply of wart seeds. The amount that spawn in your map are the only amount you're ever going to get, unless you go to other planets and collect more. And that's a lot of resources, so I would basically recommend you take every wart seed you're ever offered, even if you want more duplicants, just because I think in 190 cycles, that's the first one I remember seeing. So definitely take those wart seeds because they are lifesavers when it comes to heat management. Like you've seen that I use them for special rooms. I use them to cool spaces of heat generation inside my base. They are great. Alright, so we have a little bit of plumbing right in here that needs to be done. Otherwise... Oh, they can't reach that one, it's too high up. So just build a ladder right here for them. Oh no! Our plan to get rid of all of the chlorine in the base worked, but unfortunately some of it went... Oh, because we... dang nabbit. We built this little space here, and the chlorine level was there, so some of it got into our mushroom farm now. So, fantastic. Let's build this so we don't have the problem get worse. And then we can deconstruct all of this now. We're done. We got it out, guys. We did it. All of this up here. Then the power infrastructure we built, we don't need that anymore. Yep, we literally don't need any of this. What else? We ran some water. So I'm going to break it right here where they won't get, you know, the debuffs, and then we'll empty the water all the way out before we deconstruct the rest. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to put a pump right here and a filter. We're going to pump out everything. Oh, so I guess I didn't want to destroy everything. All of this is still legitimate infrastructure we're going to use. We'll just go right there. We'll go right there. That, I thought that was going to go up, but it went down, so that sucks. For the most part, I just put more water over areas I want water, but all this is giving the sloppy, soppy feet, whatever. Really don't need this ladder, question mark? We don't need that ladder, or that ladder. And then we don't need this. Or this. Or this. Oh! Yeah, video games. We did it, guys. And dancing. All right. Full-on recreational room. Also, now that we're growing Pinicha pepper plants, whatever they're called, we will also be able to put a second break room in for coffee. We could call it Starbucks or coffee bar or whatever we want. We also have automation in here, so we can go in here to automation and destroy all those wires. Okay, so prepping this. I'm going to do gas bridge right here. So I've decided I don't want any of this. We're going to... Oh no, there's not enough space because of the mushrooms, question mark? Yeah, because mushrooms are too tall. So we're going to uproot mushrooms there and there. I don't know that I need that. Okay, so then... Put that there. I'm pretty sure that this will combine. I'm not 100%. We're going to put the bridge right there. And filter out only chlorine. Everything else is going to come back in to a vent right there. No, vent right there. I didn't do any of this out of insulated because I don't believe the system creates any heat, so I'm not worried about the heat situation. Okay, now that we have broken that tile, we can move over here to a button we've never used before. The empty pipe button. You can do this with pipes, gas, or rails, but because we're in the pipe subsection, it's only going to choose pipes. And this will take the water out of these pipes and put it into bottles. When you're in those menus like I was to destroy the infrastructure, it won't destroy actual buildings. So you just have to come back and do that later. There you go. You see him putting those bottles, the waters in the pipe, into bottles. Actually looks like this chlorine is actually staying high enough that it's not stifling the plants, but I spent all this time getting chlorine out of the base, and dang nabbit, I'm gonna get the chlorine out of the base, okay? So I deconstructed all that wire that I ran. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Because I don't want to overload a different power system. So we're just going to end up running this power again. But it's fine. Doesn't hurt anything to run power lines and break them and run them again. Oh, I was like, why is there a wire there? Because we had that one pump right there. Okay, I need to pump up the priority on this. Awesome, look at that. We are now growing stuffs. So, this actually takes phosphorus as a fertilizer, or phosphorite. So I'm going to build a storage unit right here to store phosphorite for easy access, just like we did with slime for the mushrooms. Oop, that one's facing up, so that won't do. Sometimes I forget it only goes up, down, so I hit it twice thinking I was rotating from like left to down. We're going to click this and we're going to copy settings over all these other ones. And we're knock that up to priority 6. So all these guys are priority 6, except those 2. So we will mark this one at priority 7 so that they take phosphorite out of the other ones and put it into this one. Oh, it's harvest ready. So that's stifled because it's harvest ready. It can't grow anymore. So as soon as they harvest it, it'll start growing again. This one's stifled because of fertilization, so that's not a big deal. I'm going to come through here and build a floor. Just because, as I've mentioned, they move faster on floors. So they already get slowed down considerably by being in an exosuit. So we might as well let them move faster by putting them into a floor. Okay, they got all this stuff built, so now we can put the last 2 tiles in. Oops. If we are capable of putting the last 2 tiles in. Then we can come over here and break all these tiles. Okay, we've gone below its acceptable temperature again, so we're just gonna have to put another bluff briar there. Hey, little guy. So we really don't need anything in here anymore, except that water. What is that water? Okay. So we're just gonna get rid of these walls, and this we can repurpose this space since we're not trying to see if we. That experiment failed. I thought when we had hydrogen in the base that we'd be able to harvest lots of stuff, but we can't. I don't really want ice. Ice in my base sounds bad. And I'm not ready to take on more dupes right now. I don't know that like 22s is probably my max, guys. Once you get over 22, like you need so many resources to keep them alive, and it's just really hard to acquire all those resources. So we'll probably stop at 22. All right. Come in here. I believe it's under agriculture. Yep. Market priority 7. That way they don't have to run all over hell and back to get us our... Oh, to get us our phosphorite to do that. We deconstructed these guys here because they were built out of iron, and that just won't do. It has to be built out of gold. So where were they was the real question, because we can't see the gas outputs. Maybe if I switch to gas? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's get this situation taken care of. And we'll auto-harvest that fella. Electric grills, that's fine. So back in the plumbing, we can now deconstruct these wasteful pipes. Knock this stuff up to priority 6. Just everything over here, priority 6. Oxygen pressures inside base are looking great. Okay, got that uprooted. So we can put this fella in there. Once again, we're probably just going to upgrade these bedrooms soon, so I'm not going to get too terribly worried about the decor in their bedrooms. The decor in the areas where they're actually working is more of a concern for me, so the ranchers are not getting good decor. So I can't put anything on the ground, but I can hang pictures on the wall. So you need metal and fiber for these guys. Each one is the same, except metal. No? It's literally the same for everything. So how about decor? You get 15, you get 15, you get 10. So really, we can just do landscapes. I think we're going to do 3 landscapes. And then a portrait. Oh, but I want all this out of gold so we get an extra boost. So go back. Where were we? As the game progresses, they move these buttons because they keep adding more. And I'm always like, furniture's all the way over here, but we're in the late game now, so it's not. So, portrait. Landscape. Oh, I guess landscape was already gold. And then we could put some sort of a statue on the bottom because the bottom is not a floor of doors. So we're gonna have to go with the smaller sculpting block, unfortunately, which is less less value, but we can do 2 of them to kind of make up for the fact we're missing a portrait there. Okay, so I think we've hit that point now. 8, 8, 8. So we can start cracking some eggs. So we can't really do it in here because they'll sweep up all the eggs of that type. And also we kind of want to decide what type of eggs we want to keep and which we want to crack. Because we have some stone hatches. Come here. So I wonder, much like these guys have a 100% return on our investment. We put in 100 grams of algae, we get 100 grams of coal. If these guys do a similar thing, nope, it's 50%. So I don't need to be concerned about keeping their eggs like I am with the sage hatch eggs. Oh, too cold in there. Uproot that one. Hey, we're dancing and playing video games again. All right. Decor's pretty good there. Now these chefs don't mind cooking for us. That's good. We can also destroy these tiles here. we will just have... Oh, we are out of cooking ingredients? That doesn't sound right, does it? Oh, we're not out. We just used a lot of them. So, yeah, they can all store the 3 different types, but... Huh. Let's look at our cooking ingredient situation. We're out of sleet wheat. That's kind of terrifying. But we have 500 kilocalories of pepper bread. So we're going to be okay. I'm going to tell it to stop making this now. Just so that we can build it up again, because we might want to make frost buns for the other guys. So we'll start building that up again. Over here with gristleberries. Oh, I don't want gristleberries. No wonder we ran out of those. That's not what I thought it was. I was thinking stuffed berries. When we were printing all of those bristleberries, I thought we were making stuffed berries. I chose the wrong one. So that's unfortunate. So, well, we'll make the other one make stuffed berries. You can make stuffed berries since you have less production now. So they're both making omelets. They're both making fried mushrooms. One's making barbecue. One's making stuffed berries. And we're saving up our bread wheat ingredients. I'm going to get this stuff out of there. And I think we'll put our egg crackers down here by the area we'll cook them. So I assume that's in food. I haven't built an egg cracker in a long time. So I assume 1 will be plenty. Decor is already lightly improving in this area, so that's good. We have 6 jobs mastered, so let's go in and mix things up a bit. We're out of couriers. We'll want to remember that. Let's put meat bread up in here, make him a better chef. I don't know why that's gray. Maybe because no one qualifies for it yet? After Gene and Harold are done here, we're going to have to get them up the exosuit engineer thing. So we have... I'm going to just say 1 plumber because that other guy's about ready to time out on plumbing. So we'll make her a plumber. You can be a courier. You can be a miner. You can definitely be a miner. And you can be a gopher. So I'm not a huge art person, but that looks like a famous art piece to me. I don't know if it's like a perfect replication, if there's copyrights or something on that, but that looks like something to me. This one's pretty cool. This is this looks like a derivation of that one where there's the old man and the old lady with a pitchfork or spade. So it looks like they've kind of taken famous pieces of art and duplified them. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, decor is definitely improving here so that our ranchers will be happier working in here. I'm a little concerned about the fact that they actually stand right here, and the fact that the decor is getting worse again that deeply in. So we don't have a lot of options for that, though. What could we do for that little space? Nothing really. We can't put a plant or anything because you need to put where you're putting the plant and then the plant right above it. We might just have to deconstruct them and swap them, which I'd be fine with. We'll see how it ends up when everything is said and done. Pickled meal lice. It is a masterpiece. 36 decor for 6 tiles. A little still life of all the different foods you could eat. Huh, that's strange. How could we have insufficient oxygen generation unless there's a problem? We're gonna check for that problem. I guess I'll take that, although I can't imagine we need them. So, oxygen is being produced, and it is moving. So it's probably just a fact that oxygen can't actually get into the base at any faster rate. I could put a different vent on there to make sure it happens, but then we'll overpressurize and their eardrums will pop. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. Things are super great here and just okay here. So yeah, we're gonna deconstruct everything and swap them around. And it's going to happen quickly. Okay, they're coming along over here now. It's good. Soon we will be adding a new power situation to our base. So, up here, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We're going to go standby a little higher at 97. We're going to activate a little lower, 17, so that we're not using quite so much of this. So it's going to go to standby sooner. It's going to come on later. So we're going to start building up our hydrogen, so maybe we can power some of those other hydrogen buildings in the cold biomes. And then this one, we're going to set to basically those old parameters that we had up here. We're going to set 90-35. Actually, that's wrong. We want them to be running more often than coal, so it should go to standby after coal does. So we'll go 75, and then we want it to activate before coal, so 75-30. So this will be our primary source of power, then coal, then this stuff. We're going to have to watch that, though, because, once again, I don't want it to build up so much that we start pumping hydrogen into our base, because that's just another gas we have to manage. Okay, back up here, they've cleaned up everything, so in stations, we need our grooming station right next to all the beautiful decor. And then under food, we want our critter drop-offs and our critter feeders. And we want it to all happen very quickly. Man, look at that decor. No rancher will ever be upset again. So you'll notice this mechatronic stuff is not happening in the most timely fashion, because only one dupe is qualified to build it. Wonder who that is. Who's our mechatronics? Liam. Priorities for Liam are operate. Should also probably be build. So hopefully now he'll spend a little bit more time building these for us. Is that Liam there? Yep, there's Liam. Building our rails. Okay, so a bunch of our stuff is unrefrigerated, probably because it's the first time we've ever made it, so they don't have a place to store it. Nope, pepper bread should always be refrigerated. Where's unrefrigerated pepper bread? Oh, the second dock. Why would it be out of power? Oh, shoot. I committed the cardinal sin. I used the destruct button, and by using the destruct button, I messed up my base. So once again, always do what I say, not what I do. And always derp. You don't have to, but apparently I'm always going to derp, so we'll rebuild those very, very quickly. Alright, the oxygen is in a bit of a concerning spot, but the fact that these are basically empty means it's not going to be a huge deal. So now we want to go with our sweeper. And our sweeper actually can't reach everything we want it to. So we're going to remedy that by probably deconstructing these and moving them over. Maybe? Hold on. So we checked, and these things have a span of 4 from their center point, I think, in all directions. Where can we test this again? Where's my biggest, widest open spaces? Okay, so if this is center point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 in every direction from the centermost point. So this whole area, if we put one in the very center, would be able to reach everything. So we're going to destroy buildings only. We're just going to get rid of all this. We're going to put the auto sweeper in the very center, and we're just going to build a new building around it. Build a new storage thing around it. Unfortunately, because of the proximity of this, I don't think there's anything we're going to do. Like, usually I would also sweep so that the food that's cooked would automatically get put in fridges. But we just don't have the space for that, unless I destroy all the fridges and do the same thing. Which I suppose I could do. I could get rid of this ladder here. I could move this over 1 and this over 1. We might just do it, guys. We might be able to handle that. Hey, remember that thing about ladders? Yep, not me. I think she'll be okay. She has that little thing of oxygen. She can breathe until people get over here to save her. But once we're done with this, nobody will ever have to come down here again? Question mark? No, they're going to have to load ingredients. So we do have to make sure there's an access point here. So what we might do is we might just build one of our handy-dandy things right here. So that they can access over here and we don't have to have an access here. So that's not her? No, it is her. Harold, him, them. Go, Harold, go, 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 go. Yeah, we saved somebody, guys. We did it one time. So before we do anything else down here, we're going to build the trap. In fact, we're actually going to move it over 1. So I want to have the whole thing built and ready to go. And then just break these 2 tiles here. Oh. Wonder if those go bad. Doesn't look like it. And some derpy ladders, because why not? Ooh, we're so close. If I would have told them to actually dig themselves the ability to move, we would be done right now. So now that they'll be able to walk, they can finish that. And then we can start working on patching the other one in, which would be a little bit harder. This got stalled because of that mushroom. That got stalled just because I have them doing a lot of stuff in this world. Just so much stuff they have to do. Oops, bit too much there. Idle dupes, can you imagine? Okay, that trap is done, so we can come in here and we can okay, it's all still preset. I never changed it back, so just building will be deconstructed there. Okay, now that's done. We're going to deconstruct these ladders. Just to maximize the space we have access to. This is not going quite the way I was hoping for. Will eventually sort itself out. As they breathe, more CO2 will be created in this area, and eventually it will fill the trap. I'll have to leave that one until this one starts being deconstructed. One, two, three, four. Okay. As long as I leave that one, they can construct both of them above. There we go. Okay, all that's done. So now we're going to find the space to put our auto sweeper. They can get everything, which is right here. Okay, auto sweeper's gonna go right there. So now we need to put our food storage in areas that it can reach. And I think we're just going to toss our loader right there. Okay, no. Now if we put certain floor tiles, printable, certain floor tiles will block an auto sweeper from being able to reach things. So we have to be cognizant of that, too. I guess we're taking dirt. So right now we can reach everything. So what does it say about this? Doesn't really say. Well, we'll just have to play around with it and see what we can find out. So we're going to need a floor right there. And a floor right there. So if we put these tiles right here, we have not obscured its ability to reach things. So that's good. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the original 9 we had. So now we're going to do the same thing over here and see if we mess anything up terribly. Okay, everything is still being able to be reached. So what happens if I put 2 tiles right here? Can still reach everything. Neat. Well, they haven't been built yet, though, so maybe... Okay, yeah, when you build them, it starts cutting in on the range. Now, the range is still touching, so it'll still be okay. We'll see how this does. This is probably going to fully block the one below. Apparently not. So far, so good. So I'm canceling it because I want to try to maximize this. So I can't raise it up any higher. But I could bring it over one more. But not down. Oh. Oh. Huh. A little harder than I thought at first. So we can't have those there. Gotta get rid of these. So what do we put in here? We put all cooked ingredients. We put all precursor edibles, like mushrooms, bristleberries, meat. Also, this should be at a priority of like 6. Okay, so this did all sort itself out. Now we've got this whole thing, except this little spot right here, which we can kind of fix by putting an airflow tile right there. That'll let the oxygen out when it's ready to get out. So I really do want more storage, though. How can I do that? Can probably accomplish it by doing more up higher. So I'm going to extend that out. Also going to give them the ability to build over to there. That won't do it, though. I have to give them their ladders back over here. How are other things going? So we are producing power over here now, guys. That's exciting. Got this dripping down. Automation has this stuff turned on, so that's awesome. Definitely need to come up here. We need to get this hydrogen out of here so these won't be stifled any longer. Digging there will allow us to get over here. We should be able to get to everything over there, get to those. Yep, everything else is going good. So we have CO2 over here. So we're actually gonna do 2 CO2 traps. I'm gonna do one here to trap it on this side. Then we're gonna do one here. Trap it on this side, and then we can access stuff over here like so. Okay, get that stuff set. We can continue this fire pole up to here without affecting anything negatively. Oh yeah, that egg cracker. So we can set how many hatch eggs we want to break. So how many hatch eggs do we have right now? Critter eggs. Regular hatch eggs we have 2. Stone hatch eggs we have 5. So let's just crack all 5 of those stone hatch eggs. We'll do forever. We just won't have more stone hatches ever again. We'll just always break stone hatch eggs. And we'll break the next 3 hatch eggs. Okay, so they built that stuff over here. Let's go ahead and throw down the other food box. If we get it to go just like this, I guess that would be fine. We sacrificed 1 food box for the fact that they won't have to deliver food up there. I think that's a fine exchange. Okay, so now we're going to break these buildings. Just in case ladders affect things. Now we can find out. Okay. Can't quite tell. Okay, now I can tell. By doing that, we are not able to reach the back one now. Okay, so that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to lower this 1 tile. If we drop it 1 tile, we'll be able to fit 1 more box right there, and then I'll be happy. Okay, so those builds are unreachable, but if we destroy Catty Corner to them, they will be able to build them from above, and we won't lose our gases. So that's how we're going to broach this. Now we can deconstruct that one. New printable. Sure, we'll take some more vitamin chews. Who knows? We might mess up and need them. still working on stuff up here, but we're going to use insulated tiles since we're going to be shipping through a cold biome. In fact, we're not going to ship through the cold biome the whole way. We're actually going to build a different way. Let's run that to there for now. I want to minimize how much of my cold biome I disrupt with this potentially very hot gas. We're going to come around here. We're going to come up here. We're going to we'll go around to there. That way we can break this tile right there. And we can set all this to priority 8 so that it's immediately fixed again. Oh, shoot. Okay, so these are all supposed to be set to different things. So this is the sage hatch, and there's supposed to be 8 of them. This is the hatchling stone hatchling. Copy settings. Well, hold on. 7 copy settings. And 7. This is supposed to feed sage hatches, algae, 7. This is supposed to feed hatches, sedimentary rock, 7. There we go. Okay, now they've built these, we can tell it what to load, and that's always going to be coal. Of course, we have to power all this. I'm not getting too concerned about that at the moment. Yep, we're still melting ice, so that's just dripping all the way down. It is what it is. Not cooling anything off at all. Okay, yep, that all got built, so we didn't disrupt our power generation. And we've made the longest video we've ever made now, so probably should call it here. Did a lot of good infrastructure things, so I'm happy about what we got accomplished today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Glider Gaming Channel.